If you have ADHD and you're preparing for a nursing exam, you may be feeling overwhelmed and unsure of how to prepare effectively. So, the good news is that there are simple strategies that you can use to help you succeed. So, in this video, we're going to be sharing 3 tips that is specifically designed to help individuals with ADHD on those nursing exams. So, from developing a study routine to practicing mindfulness techniques, our tips are practical and easy to implement. So, whether you're a nursing student with ADHD or simply if you're looking to improve your exam testing abilities, this video is definitely going to be for you. So, make sure you tune in now, learn how to overcome the challenges of nursing exams with these helpful tips. So, one of the very first thing we're going to talk, tip number 1, make sure you guys have a very structured study schedule. So, what I mean by that is one of the biggest things, and honestly, one of the biggest challenges with nursing students that have ADHD is that studying can be very, very difficult and able to stay focused and to stay organized. So, creating a structured study schedule can really keep you focused and keep you organized. So, making sure every day you have set times that you're going to study, also having set times for those breaks in between. So, please do not sit for 3 hours trying to study and thinking you're going to retain all this information. Honestly, that is a lot for your brain to retain. So make sure you're studying for just small periods of time and then make sure you're incorporating breaks around that. So then during your breaks, you can go relax, maybe play with the dog, talk with friends, have some water, snack, whatever you got to do. But those breaks are going to help you clear your mind. And then when you come back to study, you can refocus and you're going to be so much better at retaining information. So make sure you guys are setting a set study schedule every single day. The second tip I have for you is using active learning strategies. Okay, so anyone with ADHD, active learning is actually really, really beneficial. There's passive learning. So, for a lot of people, passive learning can be anything from reading to highlighting on your notebook, on your iPad, or anything like that that can be helpful. But with anyone with ADHD, active learning has really been shown to be really effective. So, with active learning, that can include doing some flashcards, diagrams, actually teaching people the material. So I have found that as well when you learn material, if you're able to teach a classmate about a subject and they're able to, ask you questions about it and you're able to answer those questions, that's a pretty good indicator that you know that material really well if you can teach it to somebody. So anyone with ADHD, that's actually really helpful. So maybe trying to teach someone or a family or a friend, you can tell them to ask you questions about any sort of disease process or something that you've just studied and see if you can actually teach it. That's actually really beneficial. So, that, as far as all of that goes, active strategies, just make sure doing flashcards, any diagrams, teaching anyone are all super, super helpful. One of the last things that is very, very beneficial, especially with anyone with ADHD, is practicing mindfulness techniques. So, what I mean by that with mindfulness techniques is going to be anything like deep breathing techniques. It can be meditation. Meditation is great. I do that every single morning along with yoga. It pretty much helps you clear your mind, it keeps you focused. It also will help you calm, like especially if you do it right before an exam, because it brings you into that exam feeling a lot more of a sense of calmness versus just that super anxiety and stress, right? When you go into an exam. So practicing some yoga, some meditation is super beneficial. Also, taking some deep breath techniques. I did that in nursing school, and actually that was like a practice. We did like a round of 5 where we did like 5 like deep breaths where you went through the nose and then out the mouth, and then in the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Like we did that actually right before an exam to help us, actually all of us. This isn't even just anyone with ADHD. This is actually super helpful for any nursing student, is to practice some deep breathing techniques right before an exam. It can definitely calm you, keep you focused, keep you just not as much as anxiety. So practice that. That is actually super, super helpful. And again, you can also, stretch before an exam. You can practice some more mindfulness, do some yoga, meditation prior to make sure that you're more relaxed. Any of these mindfulness techniques are super helpful and able to help you better focus and retain information for an exam. So, overall, it's important to try all of these different three strategies. So, structured study is very, very important. Make sure you have a structured study schedule every single day. Making sure you're incorporating those break times, very, very important. Making sure that you guys have active learning strategies. So, like I mentioned, flashcards, diagrams, teaching other people is very, very beneficial. And then again, any sort of mindfulness techniques that we just discussed, it can be very beneficial, especially if you have ADHD. So it's going to help you retain information, it's going to help you keep focused and also stay organized as you study for a nursing exam. So I hope these three tips have really helped and resonated with you. And again, hope you guys have a wonderful day. And as always, happy nursing.